Hey, how you
Hello,
doing?
hey, what's up? So I'm looking at your stream, and it says debating a tanky troll.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's kind of a
Yeah.
different tone than what like our exchange through the DMs, don't you think?
I don't think our DMs had much of tonality to them.
Yeah, but I was being polite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, he's showing the evidence on his screen. Yeah, I mean, exactly. But how is
Yeah.
that trolling? Is that trolling?
It's not. I mean, I guess if you want to say that clout chasing and being an idiot for viewers isn't trolling, then sure, it's
I'm a
not.
fucking idiot. You're a cuck little bitch. You call me a fucking idiot. You want to proceed that way? You want to keep calling us names? You won't win this fight. I promise you won't win.
Okay, then we won't go that way. So you want to
Okay,
talk about
let's
gun
not. I
control, right?
advise you not to go that way. I'll make you look like a little bitch in front of all your viewers.
I have
So let's
taken your
focus on the
advice, and
subject.
I'm now pivoting, right? Because I'm a weak little beta boy, and I'm pivoting over to
You
gun
are. You
control.
exactly. It's exactly what the fuck you are. So let's get to the substance. Get to the meat and potatoes. What do you want to talk about?
Mm-hmm. So we talked about maybe gun control.
Sure, anything. Literally anything. Anything.
Wake up, Leroy.
Sure, buddy.
I love you.
What's your take on guns?
I think you're a little pussy and you're a cuck if you're going in public and saying we need to take people's guns. That's what I think.
You think so? Do you think
Yes,
that
I
would be a convincing argument to persuade people on their position about guns? Like if you went up to
No,
people and you were like,
actually,
"Hey,
socialism on
I'm
left.
actually this streamer online, and I talked to this guy called Socialism Done Left, and he's a beta, and he's like reformist, and he's just so weak and small,
No, I don't
and
need to
he
convince
doesn't
anybody,
care about
dude.
your guns. He
People are
wants to
not
take
gonna
your
give
guns
up their
away, okay?
fucking guns.
But actually,
They're
you
not
should be
gonna give
strong
up their
and big
guns,
like
you
me. I'm a
fucking
big
idiot.
fucking gorilla.
I
Oh,
don't
I don't
need
need
to
my guns. I'm so
use you.
strong.
I don't
You think
need
that
to
would
use
change
you.
people?
I don't need to use you. I don't need to use you because no one cares about you. You're the one who's gonna fail to take people's guns. Is the point? You don't live in you live in America or no?
Of course, my dude.
Okay, so you live in America, then you should know better. You're not going to get this under control. You're not going to take people's guns. And but all this is assuming you're Biden anyway. You don't have any power, socialism done left. How are you going to actually seize people's guns? Just because you abstractly think it's a good idea doesn't mean you have the material means to realize this good idea. And that's really the problem with empiricism in general now, is it? Now, is it? Because
Well, I'm
all
just
you do
wondering,
is-
right? So
all you do is-
presumably you want to change people to believe what you believe, right? Because right now almost nobody's a revolutionary communist, right? So for like on the specific
I didn't
issue of
say anything
guns,
about
right?
revolution. I didn't say a goddamn thing about revolution right now.
So you
You're
aren't a
making
tankie?
assumptions.
Wait, so
Yes,
you
I am a tankie.
oh, so you're a non-revolutionary tankie. You're a
Yeah.
reformist tankie.
Do you know what revolution means? It means revolution isn't something you convince people towards. Revolution is something that emerges objectively.
It emerges
a movement-
objectively. Wait, what does it
building a
objectively
movement
emerge
And
from?
recognizing the inevitability
Well, I'm
of
just wondering what it
revolution
emerges
are
from,
different
right?
things.
Well, you know, you've got like a
Building
car in a
movement and
garage, right? And the
recognizing
car
the
emerges from the
inevitability of
garage,
a
right? So what's the
revolution.
garage here? Wait, I've got a small, weak little soy boy like brain. I don't understand here. So what's the garage?
Yeah. What's the what?
Well, just what's the garage?
What garage?
Well, you said the revolution emerges from something, right? So what does it emerge from?
I said revolutions are objective. They're not something you voluntarily convince people to do. They arise at specific moments.
So do you think a revolution could happen in a country where 100% of people oppose socialism? Like a socialist revolution would win?
Right now, probably not. What are you
Wait,
asking?
right now? No, we're just talking in a country where 100% of people hate socialism.
Yeah, well, you focus on superficial ideologies. I think people don't have a sense of what the meaning of socialism is. Thanks to stupid
I
establishment.
don't understand why
like
it's so hard
you
for you to
who
answer this
deceive them.
question, right? You're
Thanks
just like
to
pivoting
cucks and
away.
establishment little bitches like you who deceive them. You want to be hostile and be passive aggressive, you little pussy? Don't fucking talk to me that way, little boy. Don't talk to me like that, little boy.
Wait, I mean, now you've got me a little heated. Like, some blood's going to my cheeks, calling me a little boy. I need to
Get
do that a
heated.
few more
You
times.
better get heated, boy.
Oh,
The
man.
era of passive
Maybe wait, a
aggressive-
few more
aggressive
times?
fucking,
Oh, God. Oh, no.
Listen, you got 80 viewers.
Ooh.
Nice. You got 30K subscribers, 80 viewers. I
Ooh.
got double. How does it feel?
Getting a little bit of, I'm kind of liking this. Do you do this,
Oh, yeah.
like, all the time, or is it just on stream?
Oh, yeah.
Because if it's
'Cause you
all the
can't
time,
debate
I
me
could
on
actually
anything
take that.
substantive. You can't debate me on anything substantive. You began this interaction by calling me names. I didn't call you any names. You called me a fucking idiot. You started the tone of this. Anyone who wants to call me crazy, I don't care. I am crazy. You want to be crazy? I'll be crazy too. I think it's fucking crazy that you began our fucking encounter by calling me fucking names. How about that?
That's a really good point. I think that one thing that's a sign of being the bigger man is being able to take an insult and then move on from it patiently.
No, I'm not going to.
So, for example, in this conversation,
red tube motherfuckers, you're going to know to put some respect on us tankies. You're not going to have your little fucking insulting remarks. I'm a fucking human being. You talk to me like a human being, or I'm going beast mode on your bitch ass. How about that?
Do you think that this is how normal humans talk? Like when you go to the supermarket and you're like, hey, I would like to check out. I would really like to purchase some delicious tomatoes, right? And you're like, oh no, I need to check out some tomatoes. And he's like, hey, that costs $100, 42 cents. And you're like, oh, I don't have that money, but I'm going to go beast mode on your ass. Do you think that's how it works? I'm just wondering.
Listen. You clearly sheltered and isolated. You don't know how to respect people is your fucking problem. You never got your fucking ass beat is your fucking problem. You think you could just disrespect people and call them idiots?
Wait, so are you admitting that you got your ass beat and that's why you are the way you are? Do you think they shook anything loose?
You need an ass beating, my friend.
Do you think that there was like some swelling maybe?
I don't need that awakening. You do.
Wait, so you got your ass beat, and then you think you should tell me how to do socialism? I've never lost a fight in my life.
I'm smarter than you, I'm more well-read than you, and more educated and more knowledgeable than you, and you want to keep dilly-dallying around the fucking point because you know I'm going to fuck you up. You want to get to the point or no? You want to keep talking about my...
Well, that's actually a really good point. So I asked you a question, right? How are you going to do a socialist revolution in a country where 100% of people don't support socialist revolutions? And then you just told me about how much...
A revolution. I'm talking about clarifying the objective contradictions as they actually exist in reality. For example, a measure of that is the fact that the barrier to entry to recognizing there's a contradiction between the establishment and the people does not require any Marxism or Marxism-Leninism whatsoever. Therefore, it's a sign it's something objective in actual reality.
So you think the fact that people can do a revolution without having read Marxism is proof that revolution is objective?
The real movement and the real existing struggle is what Marxist-Leninists want to clarify, not create their own from scratch premised on the basis of, let's have a revolution. That's not how fucking revolutions happen. Do you have anything else to say, my friend?
I think the way you're deep throwing that mic would really indicate that a romantic relationship between you and I would really help out with like my personal issues. I think I could really release some tension.
I wipe the fucking floor with you, and you want to dilly-dally away from the fucking point. How about that? And I am taking reviewers, by the way. I am taking reviewers one way or another. I am more entertaining than you. They will like me better than they like you, even if they're not willing to admit it.
I actually don't. I don't even necessarily disagree with you there.
I have better content than you.
No, I totally actually agree.
You want to get back to substance.
I don't know why you.
All you fucking do, listen, bitch. If you want to cut me off, you have to be an alpha male. You're not an alpha male. You're a little beta boy.
But I'm not trying to cut you off. I'm trying to agree. I'm simply agreeing with you.
If you want to speak over me when I'm trying to explain a point, you better have the fucking balls to back it up. You don't, you little slow boy cuck. So shut the fuck up and you let me speak when we have this discussion. Otherwise, you're not going to win this game of dominance. You're not going to win this game of dominance, little boy. You're not.
No, I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was trying to agree, right? You're much more entertaining in the same way that, like, watching...
I was trying to explain my point, and you keep cutting me off.
I was just trying to agree that I think it's much more entertaining, right? Like, do you prefer to watch like a really smart guy giving college lecture? No, ew, disgusting. But look at all the TikTok memes. They're people like hitting their head on the wall and like dying. That's you, man.
I'm not here to exchange niceties with you. Neither you want to set the tone up. Who's gonna destroy who? And don't worry, I'm gonna eat you for fucking breakfast. I'm gonna destroy you. So let's get to the substantive points to prove that.
So you said that the fact that people haven't read Marxism-Leninism and they still participate in revolutions is proof that it's objective. Are you willing to uphold that viewpoint?
It's proof. Yes, it's proof that revolutions are not premised by the subjective will from Marxist-Leninists to initiate revolutions. Yes, even though I'm a Marxist-Leninist, it doesn't mean I think it's my subjective will to want a revolution that's actually responsible for the ones that happen in actual reality. That was my fucking point, and that's how I qualified objectivity, you empiricist fucking idiot. You don't know shit about philosophy. I'll wipe the floor with you about this empiricism business. You want to go down that route or no?
Okay.
Keep laughing. Keep laughing, my friend. I'm the fucking Joker. I laugh more than you. And you sound like him is the difference, though. You sound like a fucking high-pitched Joker laugh little bitch. That's the fucking problem.
I honestly think no. Okay, no meme. No meme. This is actually really high quality content. I think you could unironically pivot to doing something like Germa and in like this voice, like the same energy, the same hyper aggression. You could actually do a stream.
I want to destroy you in front of your viewers. Get to the point. I want to destroy you in front of your viewers. Get to the point. I've been destroying you on every substantive point. I want more points. I want to throw more meat to my fucking chat. More destroying of your points. Go on. Go ahead. What do you have to say?
Sure. So the mere fact that people don't have to be Marxist-Leninists to participate in a revolution doesn't prove that revolutions don't, in part or in whole, come from the beliefs of said people.
You don't
So
think
I
beliefs are
asked
objective? You don't think beliefs are objective? There's an objectivity of beliefs because you're an empiricist.
Didn't you just say?
You think the only objective things actually are substantive objects that are outside of humanity? I think humanity is itself something objective, and human beliefs also have an objectivity as well.
So then
They're
you
part of
agree?
objective reality. Beliefs are part of objective reality. This is why Anglo-Saxon empiricism and liberalism is on the decline, because you have metaphysics from the 17th century that is completely fucking dissolving and crumbling, and people like you are the ones who are going crazy over it. I just sound crazy because I'm reflecting that fact upon you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so if you agree that opinions are objective and that the opinions of the people objectively determine which way a revolution will go, then don't you agree that you need to change people's minds to agree with you to get a successful socialist revolution?
Because people's minds and people's so-called opinions are not premised by their consciousness. There's also things like the unconscious.
Wait, so you don't think that you can change people's unconscious? Wait, do you think unconscious is just like this like abstract concept out there, waiting unchangeable? No politician can ever touch the unconsciousness.
You fucking idiot. It's not all a matter of intellectuals debating in the battlefield of ideas. There's unconscious forces that exist in reality.
That's actually a really good point. No, I totally agree with you there. So I think it's really important.
Why do you think persuading the masses of the same is making you look like a cuck on stream? Me talking to
Wait, making me look like a cuck on stream? Wait, no. If you want to do that, we can switch to another platform where we can actually show that. I'm totally into that. I'm so happy to do that.
I don't hear what
Bro,
you're
I'm just
saying.
taking you up on your offer.
The audience can't hear you either. Let me finish my fucking point. For example, the masses who are watching this are not paying attention to the surface level consciousness and rationality of our points. They're focusing on the fact that you look like a little store boy bitch, and I'm dominating you, and even within this realm of rational discussion, my points are better than yours. Every fucking point you're raising, I'm demolishing and knocking down, and I have the fucking demeanor and personality to show for it. That's what the masses see. They don't only see the side of conscious reason and facts and empirical data, they also see the profoundly unconscious aspects, and that's what you empiricist cucks don't fucking understand. You don't understand that just because the subjective is part of objectivity and human belief is part of the objective world, that doesn't mean that human belief premises what it itself is. Belief is not premised by what people believe. Belief is something profoundly unconscious in addition to being conscious.
That's actually a really good point. So since we agree that the unconsciousness can be changed by propaganda and persuasion, right?
It cannot voluntarily be changed because...
Wait, so you can never change the unconsciousness?
That presupposes a guy like me occupies a position of enunciation that is outside of the popular unconscious. I cannot pretend like I'm outside of the popular unconscious because I'm just as much...
You need a piano like Destiny? That's actually a good meme. No, I totally agree with that. I think that like literally I need something to do. Well, like this happened to me when I was debating this one really weird Nazi before. He would talk for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, right? And his whole shtick was that India hadn't been like colonized, and he would just like talk on end. He'd be like, if you simply look at this document, and he'd just go on and on. This guy is the same shtick, but slightly stupider because he just hasn't even read history. He's just talking about how much of a gorilla brain he is.
What are you talking about? What the fuck does anything you have to say have to do with the train of thought and conversation as it's been developing? Go on, explain how it's similar.
All right, so you don't think the subconscious can ever be changed?
The unconscious does change, but it cannot be changed in a voluntaristic way. No, because you are just as
Can it be changed by propaganda?
You are just as much immersed, and you are just as much beholden to those unconscious forces as anyone else. So you're not a fucking scientist with a lab coat who's gonna manipulate people's feelings and ideas outside of them. That's not how it fucking works. No, it's not.
Okay, so what can change it? Do you think propaganda can, like the Soviet agit trains? Do you think that, like, I don't know, mass organizations can, vanguardist organizations can?
Soviet propaganda does not merely change what people believe. It participates in a common discursive space of meaning.
A common discursive space of meaning. Wait, so you think that discourse can change the subconscious?
Suspended. That's the fucking difference. Or are you too stupid to understand what I'm saying? I thought I'm the gorilla brain. Aren't you you have a fucking book and that string of words didn't make sense to you? You academic, educated guy? That string of words didn't make sense to you, or it would make sense to anyone who's actually educated and not a fucking poser going on the internet. And all this internet bullshit is about confidence. But the difference with me, my friend, is I know what I'm talking about, and that's why you fucking people fear me.
I am truly fearing you. So now that you agree,
I can detect your fear, by the way, behind your attempt to laugh and be smug and shit. I do detect the fear in your voice. I do detect the fear in your voice.
wait, so it's
my
possible
friend.
not only to detect the subconscious, but to change it,
I
right?
didn't
So
say
that sure
anything about
sounds
the
like.
subconscious, you fucking idiot. I detect your fear. And I
Wait,
didn't
so
say
fear is
anything about
conscious?
changing it
Wait, do you think fear
voluntarily.
is conscious?
I'm being
That's a
myself.
little interesting. Wait, are you going to argue that fear is a fully conscious
Yes,
entity?
it is, but I didn't say anything that your fear that I'm detecting is.
Yikes. That's a little bit
When I
yikes,
detect
bro.
your
I thought that you were
fear,
a
that is not
dialectical
the same as detecting
materialist.
the popular unconscious. When I detect your fear, that is not the same as detecting the popular unconscious. No, it's not the fucking same thing, but you keep trying to bring me.
All right, so I've lowered the volume in the room for a little bit. I think at this point it's probably to my benefit, so I don't fucking die from laughing, to move on to the rest of the stream. Hangry says, I detected her consent won't hold up in court very well. It's really funny. I was really proud of my man. Not a lot of people without experience gay dating can throat a mic like that. But my man, first try, got it all the way in. Holy shit. Right? Like, I gotta give props to this guy. It took a while, right? You gotta, like, suppress some reflexes. I really think that he and I could work together. Like, we've got a whole, he talks about Hegel, right? Like the master-slave dynamic, right? He's the master, I'm the slave, I got a collar, right? We could do a whole streaming service on this. Holy shit. More, bring him back. I can see that his mic is still lighting up. It's really funny.
Wake up, liberal.
Doobie, why did you come in and donate subs for this conversation? Why?
Wake up, liberal. I love you.
All right, let's see what he's talking about.
Destroying him. Every time I destroy him, guys,
I love you.
destroying each and every one of his fucking points. What a disgusting, ugly cuck.
Wake up.
Wait, I'm ugly now. I thought you were into me
You are
before.
fucking ugly. You look disgusting and ugly.
Wait, I thought you were dominating me, though. Do you think that it's okay to dominate ugly people?
Wake up.
I don't give a fuck. You're an ugly
Wait,
soul.
you don't give a fuck? Do you think that it's
see the
masculine
ugliness
to
of
have,
your
like, sexual
soul on your
relationships with
face.
people?
I see the ugliness of your inner being on your face.
Wait, you see the ugliness of my inner being? I don't
on
think
your
that...
face.
I don't
You're
think
an
I've
ugly
made...
person. You're an ugly, fucking, disgusting gremlin person.
Wake up,
You make me sick to my stomach.
I mean,
you
it is
disgusting
true.
cuck.
While it is
Instead
true
of
that I
having
am...
a fucking conversation one-to-one like a man, you immediately begin
Wake
it trying to
up,
call me a
liberal.
fucking idiot.
love you.
You disgusting cuck. And you lose. You lose. You try to be aggressive, and I beat you at this game.
I love
And I
you.
beat you at the game of rational debate too. I beat you at both.
Mm-hmm. Do you think...
Yeah.
Do you think that you proved that persuasion is irrelevant to revolution in this conversation? Do you think that you effectively, like, walked through the
I don't
arguments
know.
for that?
My channel's growing at a much more rapid pace than yours. So who's persuading you, huh?
That's actually a really good
persuading you?
point.
I had 20 viewers
No,
last
I
week.
agree with
I have
this.
160 right now. I had 250 yesterday. Who's persuading you? Socialism cucked left.
That's actually no. This is actually a really good point. I agree that popularity is the only thing which determines truth, which is why I support democracy, right? And I'm sure that you, as a Tankie, are a big supporter of liberal democracy, where the popular vote always wins, right? I saw in your chat that you were really happy about democracy. You weren't getting mad about democracy at all, right? And since you believe that popularity is truth, you should be very happy to live in a democracy where popularity determines truth and policy, right?
No. Since you don't understand anything about philosophy, can your chat hear me right now?
I don't know, can they?
Since you don't know anything about philosophy, first of all, if one says that popularity is a measure of truth, that
I should have
doesn't
just
mean
called
that truth is
Carnap the only good
premised by
Hegelian.
popularity. If one
I don't know
says
anything about
that
Carnap,
If
Naja.
one says that popularity attests to truth, it doesn't mean the truth is premised by the popularity. That's why liberal democracy is on the fucking decline. That's why Chinese democracy is superior to liberal democracy. Your Anglo-Saxon liberal democracy couldn't fight COVID. It can't deal with what's going on in Texas. It's down the fucking dumpster. And you're butthurt about it, calling yourself a socialist instead of learning from the real, most successful socialist civilization that exists now. Why do you pretend to be a socialist in front of your viewers when you're a fucking Anglo-Saxon racist who spits venom and lies and slander upon the most successful and thriving socialist civilization in the world? Is it because China's not ruled by Anglo-Saxon white people like yourself?
Uh-huh. No, you nailed it, my dude. Just like I want you to nail me.
You want to respond to that point or no?
I think that the argument that you raised that I'm using Anglo-Saxon logic is not a particularly strong argument against the position that you need to have people actually believe in socialism to get a socialist revolution.
Okay, since you have to give sense to what socialism is, and what Infrared does is we give sense to the fact that socialism is no longer something going to be monopolized by a bunch of cucks. When you're a socialist, you're not a fucking cuck. You're somebody who carries themselves as a fucking man. How about that? If you're a man, let's say. You're not a little bitch like you, a little cuck. Socialism is something that is imbued with popular sense. It relates to the people's instincts and the people's wisdom, not fucking urbanized elites like you and their fucking institutionalized Christian fucking institutions talking about fact-based politics, evidence-based politics. What a cuck. Do you actually think that the dead empirical, what Marx called the dead empirical objects of empiricism, is enough to satisfy the objective wealth of human meaning? You think human meaning is reducible to fucking factoids? Is that what you think with your 17th century outdated metaphysics? Let's go down that royal road, my friend.
That's actually a really good point. Which model of scientific, like realism or anti-realism, do you support? I'm just really interested. Could you name the specific model?
Your fucking cuck debate about scientific realism.
Well, you just called what I believed outdated, so I'm just wondering which, like, correctly updated scientific realist position you hold, right?
Materialism.
You think that dialectical materialism is a modern 21st century position?
Yes, I do. I think it's more contemporary than the 17th century position.
Wait, so you think I hold a 17th century position?
Yes,
Which one is that?
Yes,
Which is my
do.
metaphysical position? I'm just really wondering.
17th century Anglo-Saxon metaphysics is your fucking position.
You think that that's a position? You think that's like a name of an empirical, like a, you think like philosophers are like, ah, yes, I'm a 17th century Anglo-Saxon empiricist? That's a position that people uphold?
They were philosophers in the 17th century who gave expression to a new metaphysical trend, which later, which empiricism was a part of. Yes.
That's a good point, actually. So instrumentalism arose out of that, right? What you're talking about is British empiricism, and then arose from that was like Popper, and then more modern conceptions like structural realism and
like Popper.
Sure, cucks like Popper, right? Who superseded instrumentalism, and then
how's Popper's open society doing, by the way? Just asking a question.
I mean, relative to like the Soviet Union, it still exists, I guess.
Relative to China.
Relative to China?
You little cuck. Yeah,
that's actually a really good point.
How's the open society doing?
No, that's actually a really good point. While we're here, do you think that there's like an ongoing mass detention of like Muslims in Xinjiang province?
It's a fucking lie. How about that? It's a lie that there's a genocide going on. It's
well, I'm not talking about a genocide. I'm just talking about mass detention. I'm just wondering mass detention.
China claims that it's dealing with some anti-terrorism issues, and it's
how many people do you think it's justified to intern to deal with anti-terrorism issues?
It's none of your business. Is the fucking point? You fucking idiot.
Wait, I'm sorry. Which country do you live in again?
In the United States, like
Wait,
you.
So do you think it's okay to call out British imperialism despite not living there?
Yes, I do. Yes,
wait, but you don't live in Britain. Excuse me, please don't. Hey, that's not your right. No, sir. Hands off Britain. Hands off Britain.
Fucking center. Britain is not the center of Anglo-Saxon empiricism. America is. Britain is America's dog. Don't get it fucking twisted, you fucking idiot. Or did you mute me from your chat? Do you want them to hear that? Am I muted for your chat?
I just want to find the clip. I've been looking. I'm going to be honest on this. I've been looking for this for like 3 or 4 minutes. It's this clip of Alex Jones saying like, "Ooh, I'm the weird one. I'm the chimpanzee in the tree," and I can't fucking find it. Do you know where this clip is, or am I going insane?
You keep being a smug, mocking little cuck, but on every substantive point, I beat you. You can't win, so you have to worm your way out with little snide remarks. You're not funny. The age of irony is over. The 2020s will belong to the real OGs, not the fucking fake irony hipster cucks. 2010s little bitch. Go back to your fucking hipster bullshit.
Actually, I have to ask you about this one.
Attitude. You're like a fucking romantic English aristocrat. Oh, I'm
romantic
so much about
English
the world.
aristocrat.
I'm so much about you, little cuck.
Wait, is this you asking me out again? No, is this you asking me out? You were talking about dominating me. You were talking about me being a cuck. You're saying that I'm romantic. I'm actually really happy about all this, right? I think that this is really cute. I've never been propositioned on stream before.
Let me ask you a question, CuckDoneLeft. Do you think you look good right now?
The answer is yes. Yes, God, I would. Anytime.
Do you think you're doing well right now and you're winning? Do you think that?
I mean, last year my channel had like 100 subs, and now it has 30,000. In terms
between you and me,
in this encounter, yeah, it's gonna be really funny when I upload it to YouTube and I get people to spam gorilla memes in the comments because it's really funny.
Yeah. And who gains from this? You or me? Who's gonna gain? You or me? Ultimately, who's gonna gain?
In relative terms, you get 20 subs because they want to watch the Gorilla Man
No, 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 not
I
funny, my friend.
gained like another 100 subs because it's really funny.
No, I'm almost 1,000 now, if not 1,000 right now. Don't fucking get it twisted. A fucking week ago,
Don't get
I
it
was at,
twisted.
500?
Wait, you into like, is that a thing you're into? Like BDSM? Because actually, there's a whole debate that I need to do about that as well.
See how this anti-human piece of shit does this? From the very beginning, he didn't want to have a human conversation.
A human conversation?
Objectify me. He wanted to fucking objectify me because he thinks he's above humanity and he objectifies humans as little fucking creatures of his own. Who are you, huh? You're not above me to look down on me and speak to me in this fucking way. You're in the fucking cage with a gorilla now, my friend. You're in no position to be standing above in a fucking tower looking down on the gorilla. You're in the fucking cage
found it
right now. And I'm beating the fuck out of you. What do you got to say to that, my friend? You're losing this debate.
Okay, well, thank you for coming on again. It was a real pleasure. I'm gonna go play the monkey clip. Okay. So to everyone, this is a clip from Alex Jones, a Texas radio host, and a conspiracy theorist. And in it, he talks about being a chimpanzee, which I think is relevant to this conversation. Holy shit. Let's see if I get the level. The level's good here. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good.
I'm the weirdo.
The weirdo?
Because I'm sitting in the tree going. A chimpanzee can't talk, so they just go. You understand that? See, I'm normal. You're not normal. Am I the weirdo, or are you the weirdo?
Folks, this conversation has been a pleasure.